Welcome to Stop Work Authority and Take 5 training. In this course, you will learn about these two very important safety tools. Let's discuss Stop Work Authority. Today, we'll empower everyone to recognize and act on unsafe conditions or unsafe acts before they cause harm. Your role in ensuring workplace safety using Stop Work Authority empowers safety at every level. What is Stop Work Authority? Stop Work Authority is a powerful tool allowing anyone to halt operations when they observe unsafe conditions, acts, or any potential hazard present in the workplace. It's our proactive defense against workplace accidents. Stop Work Authority allows any individual to halt operations when they identify an unsafe condition or act. Stop Work equals a safe workplace. Who can use Stop Work Authority? Short answer, everyone. The great thing about Stop Work Authority is that it's universal. Whether you're a new hire or a senior manager, regardless of your role, you have the right and responsibility to stop work. Why Stop Work Authority is so important? It helps to identify hazards present in the workplace. It helps to identify unsafe acts and practices observed in our operations. Stop Work helps in preventing injuries, protects lives, and reduces incidents. Here are some examples. Identify faulty equipment like faulty horn on a forklift. Identify PPE not being used like a team member observed not wearing safety glasses. Halt observed unsafe acts such as using the wrong cutting tool. In the next slide, we will review the 3 steps used in Stop Work Authority. Using Stop Work Authority is simple. First step is to stop the task, halt the activity immediately. Second, notify your team, inform the team and supervisor or lead about the situation so that the hazard can be addressed. Lastly, decide on the safest way forward. The goal of Stop Work Authority is to find the safest way to complete the task. These steps ensure everyone stays protected. Now let's focus on last step of Stop Work Authority. Decide using the hierarchy of controls and find the best control for every identified hazard. If the task can resume with additional controls in place that eliminate or reduce the risk to an acceptable level. If the risk cannot be resolved immediately, the task shall be stopped until a safe resolution can be achieved. We are grateful to team members who identify unsafe tasks, conditions, or behaviors. No penalty will follow any stop work action made with good intent, even if the intervention is later deemed unnecessary. Your safety, your responsibility. Stop Work Authority saves lives, so use it with confidence. Call to action. Be proactive. Be safe. Stop work when it is unsafe. Remember, if you can't do it safely, don't do it. Now let's talk about our Take 5 training. This simple yet effective process will help us pause and focus on safety before beginning any task. By following the 5 steps of stop, think, identify, plan, and proceed, we can prevent accidents and ensure a safe working environment. What is Take 5? Take 5 is a quick, structured safety check. It provides a systematic way to identify hazards, evaluate risks, and implement controls before beginning a task. This method is particularly valuable for non-routine tasks where the work might be unfamiliar or conditions have changed. Who uses Take 5? Take 5 is used across various industries, from construction and manufacturing to healthcare and logistics. It's a universal tool for anyone performing tasks that involve potential hazards, especially when working in unfamiliar environments or handling non-routine activities. The first step is to stop. Take a moment before starting any task. Rushing into a job can lead to mistakes and injuries. Use this pause to assess your surroundings and prepare yourself mentally for the work ahead. Step 2. Think. Consider the task at hand. What are the potential hazards? Reflect on your training and experience. Are you equipped with the proper tools and protective gear? Thinking ahead prevents surprises. Step 3 is to identify. Look for any risks or hazards in your work environment. Are there slippery surfaces, moving machinery, or unstable items? The goal is to identify all hazards so that we can develop controls to protect against the risky activities. Step 4. Plan. Decide how to manage those risks. Communicate with your team, choose the right tools, and set up a safe workspace before proceeding. Finally, proceed. Once you've stopped, thought, identified risks, and planned your actions, you're ready to start the task safely. Follow the plan, stay alert, and if anything changes, be ready to take another Take 5. Remember, safety is always our priority. Now let's review a case study and see a Take 5 in action. There is concrete patchwork needed at our Dallas location, and work will be lasting several weeks. The site manager and EHS team scheduled a planning meeting to discuss precautionary measures for this activity. Site manager initiated a Take 5 ahead of this non-routine activity at the site. First step in this process was to stop by scheduling a meeting with management, EHS, safety committee, and contractors to review the scope of the project. We then started on second step of the Take 5 process by thinking through the steps of the project and what will be needed. Through this second step at the meeting, the team reviewed the contractor management process, which required the following: contractor prequalification, certificate of insurance, permit to work process, hot work permit review, and contractor certifications. During the meeting, we also listed all the tools needed and defined assignments. We can now proceed to step 3, identify hazards. You can see that we identified several hazards through this step, for example, noise, dust, waste management, etc. We now have the framework needed to move to step 4 of the Take 5. In step 4, it is critical to use tools like the hierarchy of controls to develop the most effective control to prevent accidents. As you can see on the slide provided, each of the hazards identified were addressed with a control and clearly communicated both the hazards and the controls to all stakeholders. Here are some examples of some of the controls developed: barricades, employee parking relocation, hearing protection, waste hopper rented for project, etc. Now that steps 1 through 4 have been reviewed, it is now time to move to step 5 and proceed with the task. It is critical that during the step of proceed that all controls agreed in the planning phase are implemented and followed. Lastly, it is important that the management team review the work being done and that you look out for changes, and if new hazards are identified, don't be afraid to do another Take 5 if it is needed. Thank you for participating on this training on Stop Work and Take 5. If you have any questions, please reach out to your leadership team or your regional safety manager. They will be glad to answer any questions you might have. Have a safe day.